What's poppin', y'all? Big Sean, Big Sean. If you guys recall, we actually were speaking about Big Sean when he dropped his last song, which was right about when, I think that's when Like That dropped. And Big Sean was getting ready for a rollout. This whole Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef happened. And I said on that video, I said, man, this Big Sean track he dropped is pretty good. I can't wait to hear more from him. And then Like That happened. And I also said at the same time, damn, he's probably going to have to put this off. Kendrick Lamar keeps unintentionally stepping on this guy's career and the trajectory supposed to continue on. Big Sean has been on a break for quite a while, and I do like the fact, I'm not clowning him for this, it is a smart move for him to have put off releasing his album until the dust was settled with all of this. Now he's popped back out. We don't know if it's going to be an album or a tape, most likely an album. He hasn't dropped a project since Detroit 2, which was years ago. He had a kid recently, within the past couple of years, and now he just did an On the Radar freestyle, which I posted about on my IG, and I think he's kicking off the comeback again. Really good freestyle. I enjoyed it, and he was previewing a new song. Obviously, I can't play the song for copyright reasons, but one of Akademiks' pages, which he doesn't run this page, I'm pretty sure his guy, the Grand Wizard guy, runs this page. But this is an interesting page with interesting posts and interesting captions, to say the least. So they post the Big Sean freestyle, not the freestyle, the preview that Big Sean did. And he says, Big Sean just dissed Kendrick Lamar and said Compton has been gentrified. He did not say any of those things. And the quote is, I laugh at the fact they calling y'all the greatest. I'm set. It's on. We solidified. You say you run your city, but that ish is gentrified. Number one, he's talking y'all. So he's talking to multiple people. How would this be about Kendrick Lamar? And who else that's next to Kendrick Lamar do they say is the greatest? Nobody's saying, not nobody, but people aren't saying, oh, the guy that's next to Kendrick Lamar, who are we even talking about now? Baby Keem? They're not saying Baby Keem is the greatest. They're not saying Schoolboy Q is the greatest. They're not saying Ab Soul is the greatest. And I mean general mainstream ideology. Some people are saying Ab Soul is the greatest rapper on TDE, which has merit. Well, we're not going to argue that. So Big Sean even comes on to jump ahead of this whole thing and says, Jack Reacher. And then he continues and says, Ak, you know I F with you, but I'm laughing because you know that tweet and the video don't got nothing to do with each other. LOL. And the tweet is when Sean says, and F these BANs, every one of them. Y'all going with so many narratives. I'm talking to the haters who just keep finding something to point out they don't like about me. It's not even worth explaining though. I'm going to just focus on the music. And then DJ Head comes, the spokesperson for Kendrick Lamar, and says, I talked to Sean. The bar was, I got better things to do than find someone to beef with. And it was not for Dot. Bar was directed at a different Gemini. I don't like this. I really don't like this. I think what's understood doesn't have to be explained. So if DJ Head did talk to Sean, then I don't think this needed to be posted. Kendrick just didn't have to say anything, and DJ Head just didn't have to say anything. The reason why this feels odd is because in our eyes, and in a lot of the fans' eyes, we see Kendrick Lamar and Big Sean in a certain light ever since the Control verse. And with the latest happenings, Kendrick Lamar dropping Like That, or Metro Boomin and Future dropping Like That, and Kendrick Lamar appearing on it, and with the verse that did the most damage was Kendrick's verse, stepped on Big Sean's single release, and then subsequently his album release. And this has been a thing that's kind of happened throughout their careers. Big Sean, I wouldn't say fell off, but Big Sean was on a trajectory and he somewhat stagnated, maybe fell down a couple of rungs on the ladder, and Kendrick Lamar just continued up. If we're looking back in time, Big Sean was way up before Kendrick Lamar was even being talked about. And the funny thing is that I'm seeing a lot is people saying, man, this guy sounds just like Drake. And that's how you know we've got so many new people in the game. Sean's been sounding like this since 2007. I remember being a little kid listening to Finally Famous mixtapes. So it's really Drake that ran with Big Sean's flow. That's one thing, though. So when DJ Head is doing this, I feel, I'm not speaking for anybody else, but let me know if you agree. The feeling that I get is, I tapped Big Sean on the shoulder and said, hey, little bro, what are you talking about over there? Explain yourself. And when someone tells you to explain yourself, it just feels like Hey, explain yourself and give me an explanation that I want to hear. It's what? I'm not explaining myself. Take it how you want. But let's say they had the conversation. So they have the conversation, and when this comes up, it's like, hey, I talked to Sean. I made sure everything's good. He knew not to talk to Kendrick Lamar like that. He knew not to send "This Is At Us." Of course, DJ Head is not saying this. I'm not saying he's saying this, nor am I saying that he's alluding to this. But that's the feeling that I get when I read this. And I don't know if I'm the only one that gets that feeling, which is why I'm asking you guys in the comments, does it feel that way too? Especially for someone that's the Kendrick Lamar spokesperson. And really, I don't think I've seen a more, not biased individual than DJ Head, but the guy was saying Drake tracks weren't good that were dropping throughout the beef. Which, come on now. We can't lie here. I can't lie here. I can't look you in the face and tell you that. I said I enjoyed Family Matters. I was just disappointed that Drake stans couldn't carry it on the charts like they claimed, since it was the best track since they felt it was the best track of the whole beef. That's a different story. So I'm glad that this gets pushed under the rug. It is some decent controversy for Big Sean. I think Big Sean tried to jump ahead of it because Kendrick is in beefing mode right now. So if Kendrick just went from Drake and then takes aim at Sean, Sean is probably like, yo, I got to talk to these guys right now. I can't even let this simmer and marinate, or I can't even let this marinate for a couple of days before getting a response to, pick up my, not clout, but focus attention on me, or else Kendrick might drop a track tomorrow. So he had to get ahead of it. I just think that this could have just been left private. Big Sean already came out and said, hey, this is a reach. I'm not talking about the guy. I'm talking about in general. I'm coming at different people. And also, where are they really saying a lot of places are getting gentrified? So you can't just say, oh, no, he's talking about Compton. Most cities, not most, but many cities in America are getting gentrified. I don't know. You have to be in a certain mind to hear those lyrics and say, yo, Big Sean is coming at Kendrick Lamar. I think you have to already have it prepared in your mind that he's coming at Kendrick Lamar. And I don't think Big Sean is interested in beefing. If Big Sean wasn't really motivated, the different breaks he took within music to become the top dog, the top guy on there, then I don't think he'd be motivated now to start beefing with people over it. I think he's just trying to come back, drop his music, get some respect, get his lane back, and keep it pushing. Especially after he's had kids. I don't think the guy's interested in beefing now that he's got a kid. Sure, Drake and Kendrick, they got kids, but these guys are battling for the number one spot in the eyes of the people. Big Sean, if that was the battle he was after, I think he would have focused on things a lot differently after 2015-ish. Dark Sky Paradise was a massive success, but after that, it's almost like there weren't hiatuses, and he had big songs, especially with 2088, but it felt like he let his foot off of the gas. Whereas if you're reading this, it's too late drop for Drake, and Drake was already at the top of the game at that point. He just kept his foot on the gas and just kept dropping incredible pieces of work. But I'm hoping to hear more from Big Sean. I'm definitely going to be paying attention to his album release, his rollout, and that's pretty much what I've got to say about the situation. But let me know what you guys think, especially DJ Head's comments. Did you find that not off-putting, but that shine a little fire or light a little fire inside you of, I don't really like how this is coming off? Let me know. Like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you for watching. Peace.